question section that I'm audible, so that I would know that I'm audible, and I'll continue with the session. All right. Thanks, Nalin. Yeah, I'm audible. So I'll just continue with the session. So I think you guys know what the session is about. It's pretty simple. What certification to take. Yeah, so this is the agenda which we'll be looking into. And this is going to be a two-part session. One I'll be taking. If you have any technical questions, anything related to that, you can ask me. But if you have any questions related to your career, if you have any questions related to, let's say, uh, yeah, so the certification, you can basically ask the next person who's a senior course advisor who will be joining. So you can ask that person those questions. All right. So for now, what I'll be taking is I'll be briefing you regarding what and why AWS. Then I'll be going through the certifications, the three associate certifications which you can take up, and who should take up which certification. This is what we're going to look into. So let's start. So one thing I would be going on with the session, and you can put your questions, whatever you have. Once I've completed my part, I'll be taking 5 minutes answering the questions, and then moving the. I'll be handing over my session to my colleague who will be talking more about the career and course related. All right. Okay. So now talking about why AWS, it has businesses in 190 plus countries, and if you are in any of those countries, you could get AWS job if you are skilled in it. Second is it has 1 million active users. So this is just a statement that AWS is quite popular among the cloud community, and also the also everything. And then AWS provides 170 plus 170 cloud services. So again, when you talk about 170 cloud services, it's not that you have to learn all these cloud services, all 170 cloud services to become an AWS expert. You'll only have to learn the services which are required for your particular niche. For example, let's say you're a big data engineer and want to make big data solutions which work on cloud. So in that case, you should know the services which will help you become a better big data engineer. For example, you can there are tools like EMR, which is called Elastic MapReduce. There is the Redshift, which is a data warehousing tool. There are SQL databases. There is RDS. There is a NoSQL database. That is DynamoDB. So as a big data engineer, you'll be learning all the services related to big data, and which will help you become a big data engineer. So now talking about other services, for example, if you want to become architect, cloud architect, in that case, you will be learning the integral services in AWS, which will help you to create a complete architecture which can have an application running inside of it. Okay, so I think you get the point, right? So basically, you should be really good with 15 to 20 services for whatever it is, whatever company you're getting into. What else? Yeah, so basically, if you're getting into a company, they might have a set of tools which you should know. If you're already working in a company, they will have again a set of tools which you should know. All right, so it depends on where you're working or what certification you are taking up. Okay, so one more thing is that AWS is the number one public cloud tool. So again, this you can check in Google itself. Let's ignore that. Let's try to brief it. One more thing is that there is an abundance of jobs in AWS or in every cloud platform. The problem is there are not many skilled cloud professionals. So if you are skilled enough, because there are so many openings in cloud architect, cloud admin, cloud developer. So if you're experienced in it, in that case, you could easily get a job in it. All right. So one last thing, one more thing is that uh, MNCs and major organizations like Netflix, Reddit, Salesforce, Twitch, Pinterest. So these companies use AWS for their needs, hosting needs, and other needs. Yeah, so Netflix completely uses AWS, and if you want to get into Netflix or any major companies, learning AWS would be of great help for you. And yeah, so final thing in why AWS is the average salary, because this is something everyone looks into in whatever job they're going to get into. All right, so so you also might, let's say you want to change a job. Okay, you check all the roles and responsibilities, and but at the end of the day you check at the average salary. You type in Google that what is the salary for this particular role with this much experience. So you do that, right? So basically I just wanted to give you an idea about it. So this is just for the solutions architect role, not for all AWS roles, so that will vary. For solutions architect in India, it's 7.3 lakhs per annum. This is the average salary. The highest, as I saw in Glassdoor itself, can go up to 30 lakhs per annum. And then in US, it's $122,000 per annum. Okay, so we've seen that. Now coming to steps to learn, I'm not going to brief that much. I'm just going to tell one-liners here because we have to cover this part, the certification part. Okay, so first, if you want to start learning AWS, start with the cloud fundamentals and then learn the networking fundamentals. So cloud fundamentals is like the deployment service models. The networking fundamentals are HTTP, HTTPS, what is an IP address, how is an IP address calculated, what are CIDR notations, what else? Yeah, so basic networking stuff. All right. Once you know the basics of cloud and once you know the basics of networking, and then you can start learning AWS services. And this depends on the certification you will take up or the company you're working for. So this I'll tell you later in the session. And finally, before taking the examination, there are exam guides. There are white papers. So white papers are basically provided by AWS themselves, written by AWS engineers and AWS technical writers. So white papers are basically complete theoretical papers which will explain all the concepts in detail. For example, there is a security on AWS white paper. There is best practices on AWS white paper. So I'm just giving you an idea. So that also you can learn, and then you can go ahead with the examination. All right. Okay. So now coming to the AWS certification path. Uh, so these are the certifications which are available, but these are the three beginner level certifications which I could suggest you guys. So this is the most beginner level certification, but one thing is that this is not a prerequisite for these three certifications. That is, you can directly take any one of this certification. Then, so instead you have to take this, then take one of these. It's not the case here. You can directly take up the associate certification. All right. Okay, so for associate certification, right now the delivery method is not limited to testing centers. You can also take up the examination at your home. So right now you can take it at the comfort of your home. So if you are taking up a certification, this is the right time to learn and take up the certification. All right. Also, the cost for an associate certification would be 150 USD. And for practice exams, if you want to take before attempting the exam itself, it would cost you 20 USD. Okay. So now coming to the certifications and which certification is, so what certification is right for you? So the three certifications which I'm going to talk about is the Solutions Architect, AWS Certified Solutions Architect. Second one is the AWS Certified Software Administrator. And finally, the AWS Certified Developer. All right. Okay, so now let's come from the first one, that is AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate. So there are, so basically as a solutions architect, I'll first tell you what you will be doing and who should take up this. So first, what you will be doing, you will be creating resilient and robust architectures, and you will be doing these architectures to host a particular application. So the application, let's take what is that? Mm, yeah, let's take a normal application. So let's say it has a front end, then it will have database. It will have some backend code which has to be run whenever a button is clicked or something like that. Okay. So now, as an AWS architect, Just give me 1 second, guys. Sorry for the interruption, guys. Okay, so now continuing, who should take this up? Sorry, continuing, what you will be doing as a solutions architect. First, you'll be creating AWS architectures. Architectures in the sense you will be creating an environment where an application can be hosted. For example, if you're creating an application in your local system, so you would have a local database, you would have a local web server running. So you would basically run, let's say if you're using a XAMPP server, you will be running the server, you will be running the MySQL database. Yeah, so once it is running properly, then you can check out the website running and you can check if the database is connected or not. So this is the local environment. So now in AWS, if you want to do the same, you would have to launch a server first. The server will have all the website data, so basically the website files and all that, and the web server will be running inside the server which you create. Second, you would need a database, and again, the database will have an endpoint. So the database will be created in AWS cloud and it will be connected. So what I'm coming to tell here is that if you're working for a consultancy based company, if you're creating a project for a client, in that case, they will give you all the requirements they would need for the architecture should have. But if you're working for a product based company and you are creating the architecture for an in-house product, in that case, you should be able to figure out what that does the environment require, and according to that you should basically create the architecture. So now who should take the solutions architect certification? So first, you should know at least one programming language. So if you don't want to associate yourself with programming languages, do not take up the solutions architect certification. You can learn it while you're learning AWS as well. But if you don't have an idea, even basic idea also, in that case, don't take a solutions architect, because as a solutions architect, you should have an idea of how software works. You should have an idea of how code works. So basic idea is essentially required for a solutions architect. All right. So if you don't want to associate yourself with programming, in that case, don't go ahead with solutions architect. But if you know one high level programming language like Java or Python, if you know the basics, if you know how to read it, basically, if you know the very basics of it, it's more than enough. But again, you should know that. Coming to the second one, which is SysOps administrator. So this certification is for people who don't want to associate them with programming at all. So if you don't know programming, I would suggest you to take up the SysOps administrator certification. All right, so it's pretty similar. The concepts you learn will be pretty similar to the solutions architect certification, but the weightage here will change to monitoring and reporting. In solutions architect, it would be creating architectures. In this case, as a SysOps administrator, you would be monitoring the entire cloud account for your company. You would be the person who would be monitoring all the servers, monitoring all the various services which are running on AWS, and reporting accordingly, and also maintaining them. That is, let's say there is an application hosted, and the servers, even if they're having downtime, you should have a solution in place so that the downtime doesn't happen. And yeah, so basically you would be an administrator of the cloud. That's it. You would be like an IT admin, but for the cloud. You would be responsible for all the things happening in the company's cloud account. All right. Okay. So this anybody can take up. If you don't know programming, or with programming you don't want to associate yourself with programming, you just want to work on cloud, then in that case, a SysOps admin or a cloud administrator would be the right certification for you. Finally, coming to AWS certified developer, in this case, you should be a developer as well as you should know cloud. So it is named as developer because you should have software development experience. Only then you can relate to the certification, because the certification talks about, the certification aims, and the certification basically asks you to be a developer who will be able to create applications which can be deployed into the AWS cloud directly. That basically means when you're writing code, you will be using the software development kits provided by AWS, and you will be embedding it into your code so that when you host your application into AWS, it should automatically be compatible and responsive to the AWS services on which it is running. Okay, so here you should be a software developer, you should have software development experience, or you should be at least a beginner in software development. You should know how to code, you should know how to create an end-to-end application, and also how to deploy it into the AWS cloud. This is for people who are experienced and who are what's that um, enthusiastic about creating applications and also cloud. All right. So I think I've given a brief about these three certifications. So first one, solutions architect. You would need one high-level programming language knowledge. You don't have to know how to create a complete application. And other than that, it is creating architectures. So this is for people who want to do that. SysOps admin, there is no programming. It is just monitoring, and it is basically making sure the entire cloud system works. All the servers, whatever services which are running, everything should be working. So you should implement best practices, security best practices, and you should be migrating the workloads which is in the on-premises system into the cloud system. So you should be doing all that as a SysOps admin. Finally, as a developer, as a AWS developer, in this case, you will be developing applications which would be developed for the AWS cloud and deployed into the AWS cloud. All right. Okay, so these are the three certifications, guys. Okay, so if you have any questions, please put down right now so that we could have interactive session rather than having a session where only I talk. So if you have any questions regarding the certification, regarding AWS services, if you want to know about one particular service, then please put down in the question section and I'll be giving you guys the answer immediately. Okay, so while waiting for the questions, let me just go through other things. Okay, so now let's say if you take an associate certification, and then you can take up the professional certification according to your needs. As a solutions architect, you can take up the professional solutions architect certification itself, or you can take up the DevOps engineer certification if you want to get into DevOps. Same thing goes with SysOps admin and developer. Yeah, so this is how it works. And then, okay, this I've already explained. So now coming to individual certifications, I'll give you some services which are mandatory for all of these three certifications. All right, which are mandatory. So other services will vary according to the certification. For example, if you see here, the weightage is for creating resilient architectures and high performing architectures. So this will basically be the integral services like EC2, load balancing, auto scaling, and all that stuff. Okay. So here the weightage, most of the questions would be from monitoring and reporting and security and compliance. So as I told you, you should be implementing security best practices, and you should be implementing what is that? Even for monitoring, you should be implementing monitoring best practices. All right. Okay, so this is for SysOps admin. And in developer, most questions would be from development with AWS services. So development with AWS services in this case would be questions from AWS SDKs, questions from deploying deploying applications into AWS. Yeah, so basically these. So you will have to check out the weightage of the domain from which you will be getting the maximum questions. So this you can directly check out those domains and this percentage of questions from a particular section. You can directly check it in the what is that? In the Amazon website, aws.amazon.com. So there, if you go to the certification part, you can check all of these details over there. Okay, so there is a question here. Hi, from Nikhil. Can I know the time required for completion for each certificate? Okay, so are you asking that you want to take a PEAT certification, or you just want to know the time to? No, I didn't get the question. So is it okay? Let me just assume that there are two parts to this question. One is the time taken to learn and time taken to learn for the certification. Second, the time to basically write the examination. So for the examination, it's actually 130 minutes. They'll give you 130 minutes of time to take up the examination. If you want to know the time taken to learn the certificate, learn the services which are required for the certification to write the examination, in that case, it totally depends on how you are learning. Let's say few people only learn in the weekends. So if you just learn in the weekends, it'll take you 3 to 4 months to learn all the services required for the certification, learning all the white papers. If you're learning every single day, in that case, I think the solutions architect certification, you could ace it in 1.5 to 2 months if you work properly, if you know what exactly you are doing. So you can just check out IntelliPath's course page on AWS Solutions Architect or whatever certification it is, and you will get all the services which you will have to learn. Yeah, so you, and if once you check that, you can check out our channel, YouTube channel, where you will get again the basics. You will learn all that. All right. I think I've answered your question, Nikhil. So there is no prescribed. So it's not like so this is the exact time which will take. There is nothing like that. It totally depends on you. Uh, Okay, so there is one more question from Neto. As I'm a developer and have very less knowledge of networking or infrastructure, should I go for AWS developer or solutions architect? So as you're already a developer, then the obvious choice is the AWS developer certification, because in the developer certification, you will still learn about the AWS core services, and then you'll also learn about the development part which is in the AWS services. That is, you would get to know about the AWS SDK. So let's say you are a Java developer, there is an AWS SDK for Java, so that if you learn about the AWS SDK for Java, you would know how to embed it in your code. So but that is not covered in solutions architect. So if you are a developer who wishes to develop applications for on-premises as well as for a cloud environment, so in that case, I would suggest you to take up the AWS developer certification. So guys, if you have any other questions, you can put down, or in 2 minutes, my colleague will be joining and talking more about the certification, talking more about the training, talking more about the career shift which you can take here. Okay, so before me handing over the session, one thing you guys can do is that you can check out intellipath.com/blog, where you will get all the info related to AWS. So you can, that would be a great starting place. And there is one more thing, our YouTube channel, where you can again check it. Yeah, so you can again check YouTube. So our channel where we provide you tutorials from scratch. Okay. So now there is one more question from Sengo to Will. Okay, so I worked as a DWBI developer, Cognos, all right, and worked as Cognos admin. Will SysOps admin work? Okay, so okay, so this question, it would work, but again, so regarding this, my colleague will be talking more about this. So please stay tuned here. Okay, so one more question from Neto is, I'm enrolled in AWS Solutions Architect. Can I switch to developer? I think it's possible. So are you enrolled with IntelliPath? If yes, then just speak to your uh, who is that? Your learning manager. I think they'll be able to help you out with that. One more question. There are two more questions. Okay, one is from yeah. So Neto. So please contact your learning manager. They'll be able to help you with that. Okay, so now Shirley, okay, so can you talk about the solutions architect professional certification? Okay, so I don't know much about the professional certification as we don't cover it in our IntelliPath website, so I'm not very sure about it. But it's pretty advanced. You would need really, you would need experience working in AWS. You would need experience. Only then you will be able to clear the professional certification. So that's all I know about the professional one. I'm not pretty sure about it. And then yeah, so from Cisco to BI developer, yeah, so you can take out SysOps Admin certification to learn AWS. Okay, guys, so thank you so much. Michele will be joining now, and he'll be talking more about the certification, talking more about the training, and talking more about the career related stuff. All right. So thank you so much, guys. So stay tuned for 30 seconds.
Yeah, good evening, learners. This side Anshuman from IntelliPat. So hopefully, I think your session was very good. You all went through with that entire scale discussions with one of my colleague. So he might have helped you out with the entire discussions nicely. So yeah, AWS will be the best course in the cloud right now because it is the leader in the cloud domain. Other clouds are also there, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, but of course, AWS is the leading cloud computing domain. So I'll be showing you a course which we have recently started, and 14th of August will be going to start also that. So that course name is Advanced Certification in Cloud and DevOps by IIT Roorkee. Other programs also we are having single programs like AWS, DevOps, but any institute if you go, everybody is looking for an X factor. So this is the X factor what I believe IntelliPat can give to the learners, because this course is with IIT Roorkee, and in India nothing is higher than IIT branding. In terms of technicality, in terms of advancement, you will be getting the correct exploration of the course. So I'll be just giving you the brief discussion on that particular program so that you can be aware on the things. So you'll be able to see in the screen postgraduate programs. So I'll be going a bit slow so that you all can see on your laptop. IntelliPat.com front page, it will be coming postgraduate programs. So you can click on this third certificate. The name is Advanced Certification in Cloud Computing and DevOps. The reason why the word we have mentioned here, advanced, it does not mean that we'll be teaching you directly from the advanced part. We'll be starting from the basic, the grassroots level, what exactly is cloud, what is AWS, and DevOps is mandatory for any cloud right now in the market. So if you go with Azure Cloud, if you go with GCP, that is Google Cloud, or AWS, DevOps is a mandatory for you. So that is how the market has been become cloud and DevOps. So DevOps, I will just give you a very easy example, which you can understand what exactly will be your work. I think most of the guys might be knowing also, but I will clear the things. The entire data which you're seeing right now on the screen, like for example, advanced certification in cloud computing and DevOps, along with that, our advanced certifications, all the data which you're able to see right now on the screen, the integration of the data is DevOps work. DevOps engineer will do that. How to integrate the data, deploy the data. And you need a space to deploy that or integrate that, and that space is cloud. So it can be AWS, it can be Microsoft Azure, it can be GCP, that is Google Cloud. Hopefully you might have understand with an easy example. And this website of IntelliPad, which you're seeing right now, it is on AWS, Azure, and DevOps domain. Exactly, it is on that AWS and Azure cloud computing and domain for the DevOps in terms of integration of data. So quickly, I will give the glance of this program. This is an X factor what I believe IntelliPad can give to the learners. And when you invest 30K, 35K, or maybe 40K to any other institutes, or maybe IntelliPad also, we are having different programs with AWS, DevOps, cloud computing. You can get a understanding. You can get the same CTC what other candidates are getting in the market. Okay, for example, a person who having 2 years of experience, they can expect what? 7 lakhs, 8 lakhs. Okay, that is the maximum which they can think onto the mindset that this CTC they can get, they will be quite happier with that. But this program of IT, when you're going, you can explore yourself more than 10 plus CTC, and that is 101% surety. Because you're coming with the brand name of IT Roorkee, and I will give you a very easy sentence which we used to also when I was also doing my +2, that IT people get job before the certificate or the degree. So in the same pattern, we are conducting this program, which can give you a 3 guaranteed interview. So after 5 months of the program, this is actually a 7-month program. After 5 months of the program, you will be getting interview scheduled with top MNCs and with the brand name of IT, like Amazon, Microsoft. I will show you those companies types also which we are having, and that CTC which you are looking for in the mindset that maybe dream job, you'll be lining up to that. But in that case, you have to go with this IT program with that X factor, with the higher CTC, which you all are looking for right now. Now I'll be going ahead with this particular program details. When you scroll the screen down a bit, you can find about program. So this is exactly how the training will be given to you. 7-month live classes. The breakup is 4-month theory, 3-month practical. So it's complete rigorous training will be given to you. 7-month program. The placements will start exact after 5 months of your program is done. So that we, before getting a certificate, you will all be having a job in your hand. So that is the main highlight of this particular program. Second point is 45 plus project and exercise. So we give you a real-time project, case studies, classroom exercise for the practice purpose. So that will be around 45 projects you will be getting in the 3-month span of time. Sometimes people ask that within 4 months only it will be theory. I will just tell you theory and exercise part will be in the classes, but 3 months will be only on project, back-to-back projects. So that is a 45 project. Timings are Saturday and Sunday, evening time, 8 PM to 11 PM. It is IST, Indian Standard Time. Then third point is career service by IntelliPad, which is the best feature and important feature for this particular program. 3 interviews guaranteed. CV building will be done by IntelliPad. Mock interviews we conduct for the preparations. Along with that, LinkedIn profile will be building it for you. And we are having a separate job portal which no other institute in the market is having. Separate job portal means we does not depend on Naukri, Monster, or maybe Shine.com, or maybe LinkedIn also if you can compare. We are not depending on that part. We are having a separate job portal, and that name is jobs.intellipad.com. So 90 MNCs we are having a tie-up as of now. You'll be getting that exclusive access to the portal once you enroll with this particular program. Then the next point is 1-to-1 mentor support by IntelliPad. So a mentor will be assigned because this is IT program. So a mentor will be assigned to each candidates or the learners who is taking the training with us. Anytime you are having any questions, because mentor is a guide for you, not only in the terms of technical support. You will be having anything related to career guidance. Today you are not able to attend the class, you want a break, or you have taken the class also, you are having some confusion. So that person will be going ahead as a mentor for you. So that number, that person will be contacting you once you enroll with IntelliPad for this program. Then soft skills essential training. Here, the exact meaning is that we does not focus only on the job program or only on the skill set. We want to give you something extra, and that is how IT is working. So sometimes some webinars will be conducted by top entrepreneurs of the company, businessmen, top CEO of the company. Okay, they will be conducting every time some webinars with IITs. So we give you that access to that essential training where anytime you all have any doubt, you can go ahead with the webinar, attend that. For career growth, those webinars will be helping you out. So that will be from IIT side, which will help in your career growth. Not only related to this course, any webinars in IIT is conducted, you will be getting that access. So we increase your soft skills also along with the training. So that is the highlights of this particular program. Not only the cloud, apart from that, any career growth guidance will be given to you by those IIT faculties, or maybe the entrepreneurs, businessman, or CEO of top MNCs company. Next point is learn from IIT Roorkee faculty and industry practitioners. So why this key highlights it is mentioned there. The trainers who will be training you, the teachers, all will be from IIT side. They are from IIT Roorkee. They will be teaching you everything from the basic till the end. So IIT Roorkee faculties, now you can understand the quality of the training what Intellipat is giving to you with this program. Okay, then there is advanced certification by E&ICT IIT Roorkee. So once you complete this entire training, a certificate will be given to you that is from IIT Roorkee directly. So this is like a dream of many people that get a certificate or something from IIT and all. So this thing you will be getting once the training gets over. Followed by 24/7 support by Intellipat. So mentor support is something different. One-to-one mentor support. 24/7 support is different. This is related to technical. Anything related to projects, practical, case studies, any problem you're having, your videos are not uploaded to your portal, you can give a call to technical guys. So those numbers also will be shared with you along with the mail ID. You can give a call to that particular guys. They will help you out. 24/7 lifetime support. Sometimes people come with a question that only working professionals can take this course or a fresher can take this course. So this is from the IIT written here, designed for working professionals and freshers both. So if you're a fresher of BTech guy, you can also go ahead with this training. Zeal should be, passion should be to go ahead with cloud computing. Or if you're working in any domain, X, Y, Z, because I am pretty sure now the people who is attending this webinar, they will be from X, Y, Z backgrounds. So anyone from any domain can go ahead with this training program. That is the magic of cloud. Because other programs are there in the market that will not be requiring, they will be requiring specific domain to start with. So cloud, any person can go. Networking guys, developer guys can go ahead with this training because it does not involve any coding understanding. Last point is no cost EMI, which we'll discuss on the last part when we go ahead with the pricing and all. So hope the key highlights will be clear for you. When you scroll the screen down, you can see the achievements by IIT Roorkee. What exactly it is standing in IIT, it is the 6th rank all over in the engineering category of India. 9th rank, and it is by NIRF, which is the national ranking of the government of India. 9th in overall category, first among in IITs in World University Ranking 2021. So these are some of the achievements. And this right side is the certificate of IIT, what exactly you'll be getting. If I click on Zoom, the exact certificate will open for you with IIT logo, the department EICT, IIT Roorkee, Dr. Sanjeev Manas, who is the principal investigator of this particular program and is from IIT Roorkee, and of course our company director, Dr. Divakar Chittora. So this certificate will be released once you complete the entire training. So quickly, when you scroll the screen down, who can apply for the source? I will just take it very less time for this. Anyone with a bachelor degree interest in cloud and DevOps, same thing. Working professionals, freshers can go ahead. Developers, bachelor's degree with IT field, make a career growth into the cloud architecture, normal working professionals, all can go ahead with this training program. What roles does a cloud architect play? Either you can become a cloud architect because name is only cloud architect, this particular program. So you can become a cloud architect, you can become DevOps architect because DevOps is associated with this program. You can become senior DevOps engineer, you can become AWS DevOps architect, cloud engineer, cloud and DevOps engineer, anything related to architect level, you'll be going ahead with this particular program. Now you can scroll the screen down, skills to master. So these are the exact topics which you will be gathering once you complete the entire training. The output will be on the skill set you'll be exactly getting once you come out with the training. Python basics, Linux, DevOps tool, AWS cloud, Azure admin, Azure solutions architect, parallel computing, distributed computing, cloud security, OpenStack, virtualization, load balancing, fault tolerance, AWS DevOps. So all are the applications related to AWS, Microsoft Azure, and DevOps. And for cloud, basic understanding of Python scripting and Linux is there. So we teach those applications also. Now, when we scroll the screen down, tools to master with the same thing like skills to master. This is the point which I was talking in the key highlights. Fifth point, meet your instructor and mentors. So these are exact instructor who will train you for doing this program. Dr. Nilesh Kumar from IIT Roorkee, you can verify those things from LinkedIn profiles. Dr. Devki Nandan Jha, Oxford University. Sanjeev Manas, principal investigator, his signature will be finding the certificate. So they all are your instructor who will teach you during the entire program. Below that, program curriculum is there. So same thing, again I will repeat it a bit. Module 1, preparation class. Here we are teaching you Linux and Python. Module 2 is introduction to cloud, basic understanding of cloud. Distributed computing, parallel computing. Distributed computing is on the multi-server. Parallel computing on the single server of the data. So those concepts you will be getting, followed by AWS Solutions Architect. This entire webinar was conducted on this part. So this is one of the module of this training program. First, cloud. Then other of the things like interoperations, service monitoring, resource manager, load balancing, migration, and fault tolerance. These are the topics related to this particular modules. DevOps tool. DevOps is an automation method under which tools are there. All tools is having a different understanding. We start 11 tools for you: Docker, Jenkins, Puppet, CI/CD pipelines, which is Jenkins, Ansible, Kubernetes, Nagios, Terraform. Some of the company like tools names which we are mentioned here are required by the IT companies for the software operations and deployment of applications. So you can see those tools are mentioned here in this particular training. So 11 tools will be teaching you. Along with that, the next module for you all will be cloud security, because data security is very much important right now with any domain. So module number 10 will teach onto that part. Virtualization, overview of cloud platform and big data systems. We relate something related to big data. Some of the courses in the future you'll be finding which is budding in the right now, not that much, but after 1 or 2 years it will be very much like in the market. AWS big data, Azure machine learning, data science and cloud interaction will be there. So those parts also we are covering here as in basic understanding. Then module number 13, emerging cloud computing based technology, followed by module number 14, Azure, AWS DevOps interrelation, and the last module will be Azure Solutions Architect. So basically 2 clouds we are covering here: AWS Cloud, Microsoft Azure Cloud, and DevOps plus Python and Linux. So this is the overview I can just tell you on the curriculum. 7-month program, 4-month theory, 3-month practical. Now when you can scroll the screen down, you can see some of the projects we have mentioned here. All types of projects will be given to you: beginner, intermediate, advanced. Some of the samples are mentioned here. Along with that, total 45 I already told you projects you will be getting. There is a peer learning chat group. It's equivalent to a WhatsApp study group. It's an IntelliPat official chat group which we have created, where all types of information you will be getting related to the class, notification links, any announcement, career services, any guidance related to the job, collaborative learning. You all can discuss with your friends when you're in the group who are taking this program. Along with that, career service by IntelliPat. This part I was talking about, 3 guaranteed interview. With IIT Roorkee standard, 3 interviews is guaranteed here. Along with that, exclusive access to the job portal, which name is jobs.intellipat.com. Interview preparations, mock interviews we conduct, we prepare you for those rounds. We make sure like yourself believe that what exactly you are getting, you can go ahead with the same output in the company. 1-to-1 career mentoring sessions, profile building, which includes your resume, LinkedIn profile, and career oriented sessions will be also conducted, which I told you in the starting, like soft skills essential training. And this is the main thing which everybody will be looking for: the dream jobs with the top companies: NASDAQ, Amazon, Microsoft, Genpact, Intuit, Gartner, EY, Cisco, Adobe, Mu Sigma. All companies names which you're seeing here are the multinational companies with more than 20-25 countries establishment. So the jobs which you'll be getting will be not be in normal startups or anything Indian companies. All will be the MNCs company. That is how IT standard is there in the market. Now the last thing will be the pricing, which I will be showing you all. 14th of August is the date when we start this particular program. So program induction will be conducted on 14th of August. Regular batch will also start from 14th of August. Timings is 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time. 3 hours Saturday, 3 hours Sunday. Monday to Friday, you can do your own work, the companies what you are doing, and side by side on the weekends, you can go ahead with the classes. The price here mentioned is 75,012 plus GST, which is 18% GST. So the final price for you all for the program will be 88,042 rupees, approximate 88K. Here till 13th, the deadline is there because 14th we are starting with a batch. IT is giving a discount up to 6,042. So if you enroll yourself within this program, you can get the benefit of 6,042 along with the fee part. Then final price for you will be 82, all including GST. And you can go with a credit card, you can go with a debit card, you can go with net banking, financing partners we are having like Bajaj, Just Money. So you all can opt with any of the financing partner. We are having the no cost EMIs options on everything, so you can go ahead with that. So this is the program fee and everything related to that. Now hopefully I have made you all understand. We are having a single programs also. If you are having low budget and if you don't look yourself into the top MNCs, single programs also we are having. AWS Solutions Architect. If you're paying 18K, 20K, you can get that course. But if something extra you're paying, you're getting also that thing extra with guaranteed interview, which you will not be getting in normal program. So one program we are having AWS Solutions Architect. This program I was talking about, 36 hours, 1 month program, but nothing extra. Only you'll be getting the basic understanding of AWS. Without DevOps, no IT company will hire you right now in cloud. Cloud and DevOps is going side by side, equivalent. So my suggestions will be for you. Make yourself ready. Go ahead with that program. And this is the best price which we can offer. Other institutes are also providing IIT courses, very rare institutes. Their cost is more than 1.5 lakh. And we are giving this first time 14th August, we are starting with a batch. That's why you'll be able to find the price of 75K plus 18% GST. Maybe from September or October, next batch when we start, the price might be hiked to maybe 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh. We also don't know. So I think I have cleared all your doubts related to cloud computing. I am open to all the questions. I'll be very happy to answer all the queries which you post right now. So you can start posting. I am there available. I will answer your queries. 100%. One question is from, I think, is placement available for US Fox? 101%. As I told, we are having a tie-up with